Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash of Clans. Today I have a really special treat for you guys. It's 4 attacks, 3 starring at Town Hall 11 using 2 clone spells in combination with the LaLoon attack strategy. But before we get to that, I wanted to let you guys know that I will be in Denver on January 28th as part of the ClashLive fundraising event for charity, all for Extra Life. They help out kids, and it's just such a great cause. Let's raise a lot of money. I hope to see some of you guys there. Tickets are still on sale, so come join us, have a few beers, and raise a ton of money for charity. I know already quite a few of my clanmates will be there, so you can chat with us and, hey, nerd out and talk some Clash. It's always a good time. King of the North will have the stream, so it should be totally fun. Check that out if you can't be there live. So now let's get into these attacks here. So the first attack by French, there was a weird hole in this base. Don't want to have a hole in your war base, guys. So French was able to easily lure out that clan castle in the beginning. But what I really want to focus on today is going to be the use of the clone spell. So the clone spell, you know, it's useful now. It's useful for the first time since ever. It's never been useful. I don't know why the heck it took them so long to give it a buff, but they did. That's the important thing. So over the course of these 4 replays, we're going to talk about not just where to use your clone spell, but also when to use your clone spell and what troops to target, because let's face it, we haven't been really using clone in the, I don't know, year or so since its introduction to the game. Maybe it's been less than a year. I don't know. My Clash time is all off, but you can see already on this first raid just how long these balloons survive via the clone. Now, it's really important. I just alluded to it, but it's really important that you're cloning the first balloon in the line of balloons. You'll notice that the balloon deployment in this strategy is a little bit different than the more traditional LaLoon, Go LaLoon, Penta LaLoon, no, whatever it is. It's a little bit more spammy in terms of the balloon deployment because you want them to clump together in the middle of the base. That's where when you're going to use both of your clone spells, and you're going to have a ton of balloons, way more balloons than anybody would ever need normally in a base. And what that's going to do is absolutely decimate the core of the base, especially against these ring bases that we're going to start seeing with Coco here leading the way. And none of these bases are fully maxed out. Should just throw that out there, guys. So this is still a strategy in development, at least in our clan family. Now, we have a lot of good 3-star attacks with 1 clone spell, but I really like these 2 clone spells. It's something fresh, it's something fun, and it's something different. So that's why I wanted to bring specifically these ones to you guys. So Coco's going to start out again against this ring base, entering in with the queen, no healers, so just the queen in a safe spot. Gonna go ahead and lure out the clan castle, use a poison spell, slow them down. Here comes the king. He's gonna do a little bit of tanking right when Coco uses the Royal Cloak ability to reset the targeting of those defenses onto the king from the queen. And now look at that, a nice little northwest area carved out in this base. This is going to establish the funnel for the balloons. Now, if you direct your attention to around 6 o'clock right now, this is important here. The Lava Hound followed by about a half a dozen balloons. That little throng of balloons is going to establish a funnel, taking out the defenses around 6, and that allows the big swarm of balloon, the big mass of balloons and Lava Hounds coming in from the west to clearly make their way right into the core of the base. No distractions either from the north or from the south, so expert deployment there, a nice solid funnel established. Now, in all of these attacks, the attackers will be relying on the minions for cleanup, so hold back your minions, wait until the core of the base is decimated as you saw there, and then start trickling in your minions from behind to help with the cleanup, because you're going to have a ton of balloons and not a lot of Lava Hounds because you're bringing heavy balloons and you're bringing the 2 clone spells. So again, the strategy, if there's ever been a strategy that's heavy on balloons, this is it. A lot of balloons, especially with the help of the clone spell. So now that the air defenses are down, the minions have been deployed, and now it's just going to be a matter of some quick cleanup, and Coco pulls off the nice 3-star attack. So essentially, you're using your heroes to establish one side of the funnel and take down one air defense, hopefully taking out the queen and the clan castle as well. You're going to be using 1 Lava Hound and a haste spell to clear out the other side or establish the funnel from the other side. And then lastly, you're going to be using the big swarm of balloons into the core of the base and dropping both clone spells before the balloons. Basically, as soon as that first balloon approaches the critical defenses, then you're going to drop that clone spell. You're going to clone that balloon. That way, the cloned balloons are the one taking the damage, not necessarily the original balloons, because the original balloons are so much more valuable. They're going to be with you throughout the entire raid. So this third replay is against a very close to maxed out base here by French, and my apologies, I actually was late, didn't grab the replay in time, but French was kind enough to record it on his own for me. That's why you see the icon there from the Android, so my apologies for that. But either way, it's going to be a really nice attack. So the queen comes in from the south. Again, this is going to establish the funnel. It's also going to allow him to take out the Eagle Artillery. That's a lot of value from the queen there. So again, worth noting, guys, no healers on the queen. This is not a queen walk. It's essentially a hero sacrifice if they happen to survive, depending on where you're angling into the base. That's great, but essentially, you're going to plan for their death in most scenarios. So here comes the big swarm of balloons coming in from the northwest, and again, a beautiful funnel already created. You pepper in those haste spells accordingly. Make sure the balloons on the sides, on the flanks, set the table nicely for the balloons to go right to the core that are in the center of the deployment, and then there it is. The core is absolutely destroyed again by those clone balloons, and the minions are deployed for cleanup. Look at all those minions up there in the northwest, and the balloons, meanwhile, making their way through the eastern part of the base, easily just sweeping their way through here. The clone balloons still alive and well, finally starting to blink here, but by this time, the base is already down. So a really beautiful attack here by French, and the minions still alive, just helping with the cleanup. A few balloons still alive as well. The original balloons, of course, the clone ones have gone away by now, and that's it. Another 3-star there by French, and a special shout out again to French for recording that for me to bring to you guys. Now let's end with another ring base by Ward. This time Ward is attacking this kind of weird base with the maxed out Infernos, has the Eagle Artillery, but the air defenses, what's up with that? What's up with those air defenses? I don't know why people do that necessarily. It's not like engineered per se. If you're gonna upgrade, or if you're gonna hold back on defenses, I wouldn't recommend you do it on air defenses, especially now in the current meta, but you know, whatever. That's what the defender chose to do, and that's what Ward is going to take advantage of right now, punishing him by using bowlers this time along with the queen. That's gonna allow him to get even extra value and allow his queen to actually access the inner core of this base. She's almost gonna get to that Eagle Artillery, but she is at least going to take down the clan castle as well as one of the air defenses. So 3 air defenses remain, but remember, they're not maxed out air defenses, so this should not pose a big deal for Ward here. So unfortunately, again, he's going to lose the queen here. She gets caught up on that Dark Elixir storage rather than the Eagle Artillery, darn queen. And either way, they'll look at the funnel there. Beautiful, beautiful, empty spot in the north of the base, and Ward is going to go ahead and swarm, similar to the attack we just saw by French, from the opposite side of the base that he went in with the heroes. So look at this big swarm of balloons again. He's going to use the haste spells, make sure the flanks kind of catch up, make an obvious path to the core. I'm repeating myself, but it's really a simple method once you deploy these balloons. It's far less intricate, I guess, or technical is the right word, than a traditional LaLoon attack. So there's the clone spells. Now it's a ton of balloons. Don't clone too early, guys. I think there's a temptation to kind of clone as soon as they're getting to the core. You want to make sure you clone the correct balloon, the balloon that is actually going to make it to the core, and that will be what gets the job done. So these balloons actually finish the job over in the east, but there's still a few defenses all the way over in the west, so they actually have to traverse the entire base all over again. Ward using a haste spell to help speed things up there. Then he deploys all his minions. Again, minions playing a pivotal role here, being really your main source of cleanup duty with the heroes being already deceased. So 2 Lava Hounds and 28 balloons and 2 clone spells can do a number on a base. That's the lesson that you should be taking away from today's video. And heck, it's a lot of fun as well. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think of these attacks. Have you tried out the clone spell yet since it's been buffed? I want to know. Let me know in the comments, guys. And thank you so much for watching. As always, take care, guys.